In this last week of our expansion series, we're going to talk about really expanding through the spine and out of the crown of the head. So a lot of times our dancers, even if they have really strong arms or really strong legs, sometimes they can really sink into the spine and into what they're doing in the back of the neck, in the back of the head, right? Or they can push their head forward, they can pull their head back. So a lot of the crown of the head just sinking and withdrawing. And so as dancers are finding these moments on stage to really be able to present themselves, to hold themselves, to have a carriage to them is going to be pivotal. And so we're going to be talking all things expanding the spine and lengthening through the crown of the head today, especially in today's kind of like tech world where people are looking down, they kind of are like hunching over, especially like kids, well, and adults too, where everyone's kind of like doing this more and they're internalizing more. Like to find this expansion space is really helpful for dancers. So we're going to start with this stability board. We're going to put it on Caroline's head. Now you can do this with a stability board, you can do it with a yoga block, but the goal is still the same. She's going to continuously think about pressing the crown of her head through energetically towards the ceiling. We're going to start at the bar in first position. Caroline is going to go into a plie, and as she does, she's going to keep energetically the crown of the head reaching up through that stability board. And then she's going to press back and keep that. Yes. When you get to your highest point, see if you can lift a little higher. Beautiful. One more time. Plie down. Keep the lift, 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 lift through the crown of the head. Beautiful. And as she draws back up, she's going to keep linking herself. Yes, awesome. Now from here, I'm gonna have you just press into releve and feel the same action and lift through the crown. Awesome. Her spine is so long and strong. And then lower there. Good, and relax. So this exercise is awesome for getting your dancers awareness of what the head's doing the whole time. So it's not moving and changing and sinking. The whole time it's growing, it's lifting, it's very hyper-focused on what's happening. Moving this last exercise into a transitional exercise, we're going to use the same stability board, the same placement. We're going to start working through chassés across the floor, chassé through a plie, and then back up to a strong position. So Caroline's going to plant the board. Nice. And again, you can use a yoga block for this as well, which would be nice and the same idea, the same implementation. She's going to go into a grand plie, second position. She's going to present the green panels forward. She's going to lift through the crown of the head, trying to lift and press even higher. Now she's going to draw. So she's squeezing her legs together, lifting, 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 lifting through the crown of the head, finding that strength and length. One more time, chassé down, presenting all the green panels through our second position. Gorgeous. Nice length here. The crown of the head is so strong. Her spine is so long. And then drawing it back in, squeezing the green panels together, lifting through. Nice. So work on this with your dancers. If it falls a couple of times, that's great. As long as their focus stays there, obviously it's not like great, don't want it to fall forever, but it is great as long as you can see them hyper focusing on it, because at least you know that awareness is there, and even if it falls, we can get it back, right? And so just keep working on it, going across the floor, maybe halfway across using the left leg, halfway across using the right leg so that they're even on both sides, and continuously thinking about that growth and expansion. In this last exercise, we're really going to be focusing again on the length of the spine and the energy through the crown of the head. And so we're going to be using a magic circle. Caroline's going to turn to the side. I'm just going to show you where we're going to place it, but then we're actually going to be up against the wall. So we're going to take the magic circle kind of cushion, and we're going to put it right in the middle of her neck. Then we're going to put the opposite end exactly in line with that circle up against the wall. So she's going to come down to the floor. This is always helpful with the teacher planting just to make sure it's even. But once they get really used to the feeling of it, they can plant it themselves. So it's going to be halfway up the neck. It's going to be even here. Now she's going to put a little bit of pressure into the magic circle, not a ton, but enough to feel the resistance. And then we're going to go into a port de bras. So she is going to keep that energy and expansion and expansiveness. She's going to keep lengthening up. She's going to draw her arms through first position. Gorgeous. Draw up to fifth position. Beautiful. Open to second position. and bring it back to first. Now, this is a basic port bra. You can do anything, but this is a good place to start. Now, the cool thing about this, and it's hard for you to see where your angle is, but if Caroline sinks at all with her upper body, the magic circle starts to slump down. So there's a really clear visual notice, and she can feel it differently when it starts to sink down. So when she starts to pull her body back up, when she aligns her crown, lifting, and her spine is stacked, all of her vertebrae are stacked, and she finds that resistance again, the magic circle lines itself back up. It's nice and flat, and it's really engaged. So it's no longer a circle, it's more of an oval. So one more time, sink down. Instantly, we see the magic circle drop and disengage, draw back up. And you can see Caroline, the crown of her head, she's taller, everything in her upper body and her spine is expansive, and she has that energy. So one more time through our port de bras. So bringing our arms first, bringing them fifth, bringing them second, bringing them first. And the more complex you make your port de bras as time goes on, the more they really have to think about that consistent engagement as their arms are doing different things. So it's great to build upon that and let's really challenge our dancers. All right, so that is the end of our spine series. I hope you've enjoyed our whole series on expansiveness, from our arm length to our lower body expansiveness through our spine and the crown of the head. And we would love to see you implement these and sharing them with us, but we hope you really enjoy them, and we'll see you next time.